Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. Full match analysis. Match result. Saudi Arabia 1-1 Uruguay. Goal scorers. Soccer ball 41 foot. Abdullah Al-Amri, Saudi Arabia. Soccer ball 80 foot. Maximiliano Araujo, Uruguay. First half analysis. Uruguay entered the match as clear favorites, but Saudi Arabia surprised everyone with a disciplined and organized performance. The first half was relatively quiet, with both teams creating few clear chances. Saudi Arabia defended compactly and looked dangerous from set pieces. Their breakthrough came in the 41st minute, when a defensive error from Uruguay goalkeeper Fernando Muslera allowed Al-Amri to score from close range. Halftime score. Saudi Arabia 1-0 Uruguay. Saudi Arabia went into the break with confidence, while Uruguay looked surprisingly flat and uninspired. Second half analysis. The second half was completely different. Uruguay manager Marcelo Bielsa made tactical adjustments, and Uruguay began dominating possession and territory. They controlled roughly 75% of the ball in the second half and unleashed wave after wave of attacks. Saudi Arabia spent long periods defending deep inside their own half. Goalkeeper Mohamed Al-Awais produced several outstanding saves to keep his team ahead. Eventually, the pressure paid off. In the 80th minute, Maxi Araujo finished a well-worked move to level the score at 1-1. Key turning point. White medium star Uruguay's tactical changes after halftime. The first half belonged to Saudi Arabia, but Uruguay transformed after the break. Their increased intensity, pressing, and attacking movement completely changed the flow of the match. Saudi Arabia's strengths. White heavy checkmark excellent defensive organization. White heavy checkmark dangerous set pieces. White heavy checkmark outstanding goalkeeping. White heavy checkmark strong work rate and discipline. White heavy checkmark effective counterattacks. Saudi Arabia showed they can compete with top-level opposition and nearly secured a famous victory. Uruguay's strengths. White heavy checkmark dominated possession. White heavy checkmark strong second-half response. Outstanding goalkeeping. White heavy checkmark strong work rate and discipline. White heavy checkmark effective counterattacks. Saudi Arabia showed they can compete with top-level opposition and nearly secured a famous victory. Sky Sports +1. Uruguay's strengths. White heavy checkmark dominated possession. White heavy checkmark strong second-half response. White heavy checkmark created numerous chances. White heavy checkmark never gave up while trailing. Uruguay's weaknesses. Crossmark slow start. Crossmark goalkeeping mistake for Saudi Arabia's goal. Crossmark poor finishing in the first half. Crossmark failed to convert dominance into a winning goal. Opta Analyst +1. Player of the match white medium star. Mohamed Al-Awais. The Saudi goalkeeper was exceptional throughout the match. He made a series of crucial saves and was the main reason Saudi Arabia earned a valuable point. Many fans and analysts considered him the standout performer. Sky Sports +2. Tactical verdict. This was a classic match of two halves. Saudi Arabia were the better side before halftime, while Uruguay dominated after the break. A draw was ultimately a fair result. The outcome leaves Group H completely open, with Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, Spain, and Cape Verde all level on 1 point after the opening round. Reuters +1. Match ratings. Saudi Arabia, 8 out of 10. Uruguay, 7-10. Fire Entertainment rating, 8.5 out of 10. Saudi Arabia will be encouraged by their performance, while Uruguay will feel they should have taken all 3 points after their dominant second-half display. Match stats overview. Possession, Uruguay dominated, especially in the second half. Chances created, Uruguay had more shots and attacking opportunities. Goalkeeping, Al-Awais was the standout performer. Result, Saudi Arabia 1-1 Uruguay. Glowing star player of the match, Mohamed Al-Awais. His exceptional saves helped Saudi Arabia secure a valuable point against one of South America's strongest teams. Final verdict. Saudi Arabia produced a disciplined and courageous performance, while Uruguay showed resilience to fight back after halftime. A 1-1 draw was a fair result in a match that featured strong